Dr.
Doctor
Stone!
Stone.
Bruh, this is the Tsukasa character development chapter.
Oh man, yeah, really good too.
I got
Just how everything.
feels. Oh God, his poor sister. So yeah, like, so first of all, first panel I want to mention is the one because I was really hoping this would happen, and we got it. Where like they were looking over, and then it like cut to them, and they're all in a row with paper airplanes. Like, not shitting you. The page before, I was like, because like when they're looking over and they're like, oh my God, the power of science, and they look over and it's like, careful, we got paper airplanes, and then they actually did, and I was like, that's beautiful. And look at Chrome. Look at Chrome's face, page 4. He's like, what do I do with this thing?
Oh my God, just like a fucking. they're like, my favorite part is just like the next panel you see. Oh wait, Yukio's alive.
Yeah,
dead.
For real.
Dead. He's all beat up, but he's not
he looks
dead.
fucked up.
And then we see fucking the mentalist just like.
That's my favorite part. Yeah, the end. Finito. Done.
All right, boys, it's time to pack it up. It's time to go home now.
No, so like I'm glad you brought that panel up, right? It's that little panel where he's like clapping. That right there is like those little details is what makes characters feel like characters. That's the kind of shit you'd never see in like Your Promised Neverland, where they're doing something very unique to their own character, right? So like him, because I read that and I immediately visualize what he's doing. Like the tables have turned, the battle's over, the end, finito, done. Like I see that in him, and that helps me see his personality, and that's what makes all these characters feel like their own people, and I love it. That mixed with like right, that and then like the scumbag Sengu moments where he's like, you know, your sister, I happen to have the Healy juice, huh?
Bro, one panel I want to mention too is
Marvelous. Is it going to be the Marvelous panel? Because that's a sexy ass panel.
How utterly magnificent, bro! What the fuck is up with this? Is that still his stone mark on his mouth?
Yeah,
shit, bro. Oh my God, this man.
That's awesome. No, I loved his design. Also, I'm not sure what your translation is. Mine says how marvelous, but yeah.
Mine says how utterly magnificent.
Is that a Jaimimi or?
It's Jaimimi's.
Oh, okay. Yeah, bro. Oh my God. Like, no, and that makes sense, right? He was probably self-conscious about, it looks, because basically the things with like the cracks is basically it all comes down to your luck. It's how your stone casing just happened to crack over time. You know what I mean? So like, it's all based on luck. If you get fucked and like it cracks in a shitty place, then that's kind of your situation. He just had a fucking bad luck with his stone casing. It must have been, and I'm gonna assume he didn't like it, so he covered it up. So no, that's really cool.
Good luck getting a kiss with that, man.
I think it looks pretty fucking awesome. I gotta be honest.
Badass radar, but.
Bro,
yeah.
You telling me you're not gonna get a kiss with some badass points? Bullshit.
With some stone marks on your mouth?
Yeah, well, especially now in this world, those stone marks might as well be like birthmarks. You know what I mean? Like it's like something almost everyone has. Anyone that's survived.
You have to remember, people are assholes, man. They'll try to people make fun of you for the smallest shit.
It's true. It's true. But no, I mean, I want to see more of his character because he's already like just this face he's making and how. It almost it almost looked like he was turned over to their side by seeing like just the sheer like power of what they were able to achieve. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean, but it looks like he was like one of those villains that's just fascinated by the main character's growth.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm interested in your thoughts on that. I'm glad you brought that up because like he does seem almost joyed by this. Like, oh my God! And I imagine like look at what they just saw. They just watched a little dinky paper airplane like. And you know, that's some shit you wouldn't even see in our world. Like back when they were like you know, like yes, it's possible, but no one's ever done that shit. Like to my knowledge, like let's put nitroglycerin on a paper airplane. So I love how he's because this is what they've done with all of his people. They've basically just been like, look at this crazy shit we can do. You really want to live a life without science because science is pretty fucking awesome.
Especially given the fact that they just essentially won the war with dynamite. So I mean, I still don't feel like he'll join their side. I feel like he'll probably just be like the new boss because if Tsukasa gets turned over.
Well, yeah. So I have theories on this. So when I was reading this, the first thing I was thinking was they should make a treaty Now, unfortunately, in our world, treaties get fucked all the time. But like, basically, what they could potentially do is, since they're rewriting society, I would love if they did something where it's like, we write it into the fabric of our laws. This half of the planet is like the Amish half. They don't fuck with shit. They don't fuck with technology. They do their own shit. This half will go all science and crazy. You know what I mean? Like, almost like a Promise Neverland style promise, except not stupid. I gotta fucking throw shade every time I can. But like I would like to see something like that, because I think that they could potentially, as long as they are very careful of, like, if I was Tsukasa, I'd bring up the fact that treaties get broken all the fucking time. But like, it could be like part of, like, you know how like in America we have the Constitution and it's like the laws written into the fucking fabric of our society. Like, it could be one of those, like, you do not fuck with this under any circumstances. You never, you know what I mean? Like, if you're over here, you're abiding by that side's laws, and if you're over here, you're abiding by that side's laws. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I could see them doing something like that, where like they kind of just make a line, and it's like, if you want no technology, you do your shit over there. That was one idea I had. The other one, no, but that was before his sister thing came up. I was under the impression that at that point I didn't know they were gonna have like a deal in that regard. Because, you know, once he had the dynamite, I was like, okay, it's kind of like a Cold War situation. There's a stalemate, and they either has to die, or they have to make a treaty. But now that this daughter thing I keep saying daughter because she looks so much younger. I don't know why my brain keeps saying daughter. His sister thing keeps coming up. I'm like, okay, well, what might happen then is he might just, like, if this revival shit actually brings her back to life, he might, because that might have been the reasoning for his hatred of technology. Like, even all this science, and you couldn't bring back my sister, so fuck science, you know? So if it brings her back, then he might change his entire mentality on things. What do you think?
Yeah, I can see that happening, truly, because I mean, he looks like Tsukasa has an end goal, and I mean, this man was a fucking cage fighter just to save his sister. So you know, like, look at this shit. Look at this shit. He went through the Senku fucking mountain. You see one panel, small dick energy. Then we see him fucking high-kneeing a fucking dude with big dick energy. Look at this man.
Wait, so...
Look at this man.
So wait, let me just clarify. The panel where he's sad looking at his comatose sister is small dick energy. Hey, Thurman. I get it. It was your big funny joke. Your joke gotta force it into every review.
It was perfect. It was there. It was there.
Oh God. Yeah, you know, I radiate small dick energy whenever I'm looking at a comatose family member too. Oh, he also, I didn't even fucking, I just realized this too. He was like Rocky Balboaing in the lower corner there. Yeah. That's amazing. That's
a little knockout.
Did you do one punch, or did you do Punch Man? Punch Man, Punch Out. All right, we need a fucking One Punch Man, Punch Out crossover. And you just play as Saitama, and it's like super easy mode. Everyone dies in one punch.
And the neck.
So, let's see here. Questions. So what about Scumbag Senku? Page 13.
Senku bruh, oh my god. Senku's just fucking...
Was your translation scumbag as well? Because in my in manga stream, Kohaku's like calling him a scumbag.
Yeah, it's the scumbag, and then what's his name says, "What a sleazy face."
Oh my god, yeah, that is, and that again, it goes into why the characters in this series are so well written. Like the fact that he's able to have good moments where he legitimately cares about people, but and then the fact that he can switch to this where it's like, you want your dead sister back, bitch? Like, it's like he's a very like three-dimensional character. He doesn't shy away from those like shitty sides that all humans have.
Oh yeah, still one better character trait than half of Promise Neverland combined.
Yeah. Oh my god, I'm starting to feel bad. We're ripping in Promise Neverland limb from limb here.
You and David can do yours. I can do mine on Dr. Stone.
That's fair. So
people consider them to be the next big three, and they're rivals.
So let's see. Oh yeah, and then he wants to just use dynamite to fucking excavate this entire area, which is like, Because keep in mind, we haven't tested the theory. Like, that was a theory that they had. Maybe if we glue them together and then use the revival shit, they'll be fine. That was a theory.
Oh,
We have not tested that.
Like, Yuzuriha was like, "Fuck your shit."
Well, yeah, that was a theory. We don't know that for sure.
Yuzuriha was like, "What the fuck? Who do you think has to fucking piece them together?"
That's true.
He's like, "Oh, if we blow her up, Yuzuriha will just piece her back together."
No, but like the point I'm trying to make though is like they haven't tested that yet. They assume that'll work, but like we still don't know that for sure. Like that whole idea was like oh great, construction. Anyway, I don't know if you hear that. There's fucking anyway, the whole idea fucking don't. Anyway, the whole idea was like we don't know for sure, but she's, gluing them back together, even if there's a little bit of a chance. So the fact that Senku's like, yeah, let's blow the fuck up out of the place that your sister probably is. I don't know. It's just funny to me. But I'm glad they didn't damage the statue. Also, I've always wondered too, when they fucking shut up construction, when they bring back the people that have been like blown up, are they gonna have like all those lines around them? Like is that like they're gonna have a fuck ton, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, so you want to talk about unkissable? How about unfuckable?
Well, I mean, will cracks, will like stone cracks in your dick?
Stone cracks in your dick.
Will that affect sexual, or stone cracks on your vagina? Will that affect anything sexual at all?
No. Here's what it'll be. It's gonna be the new. It's gonna be like the sexy thing, right? It's gonna be like, oh yeah, like, it's how some chicks find scars sexy. It's gonna be that. I bet you.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I mean,
be like a tattoo.
So good.
Be like a tattoo.
Yeah. I went through some shit. You see me? I was one of the statues that was destroyed by Tsukasa when he was evil. Because how much you want to bet in this society's future in this story, Senku and Tsukasa are going to be looked at as gods that rebooted civilization? Am I wrong?
Yeah. I mean,
no, think about it, right? If it goes long, if not gods, founding fathers, right? Because essentially, like, that could be a thing where it's like, yeah, you see all these scars? That's because I was broken by Tsukasa. Like, it'd be a fucking badge of honor. Like, whoa, that's crazy. Just saying.
It'll be one thing to tell your kids. Yeah. Oh yeah, I've turned to stone, and I was broken by this big primate high school.
Primate high schooler. Indeed.
Provided by the schooler who's super smart, You
right?
Yeah.
Now I also liked the whole Dynamite made it so we had the money and the metal to create Nobel Peace Prizes and shit like that, and because again, Dynamite, like the advent of Dynamite exploded the mining industry, and that gave us access to all those mineral resources. So that's kind of cool. Again, this series has a great way of like making me appreciate shit that I never really thought about appreciating before. It's very good with that.
Oh, most definitely, man. It makes you realize that science matters, even though
it's fucking fantastic.
Scientists are as cool as Senku.
You got your Bill Nye and your Neil deGrasse Tyson. They're pretty cool.
We need every society needs a Senku in its life.
Yeah, Senku for president. All right, I'm gonna make a Senku 2020 poster at some point. Bro. Oh my god, yes please. Senku 2020. Who would be his vice president? Senku Chrome 2020?
Be Taiju, to be honest.
Bullshit! He doesn't like Taiju nearly as much as he likes Chrome. Tell me. You're wrong. Look at that friendship with Chrome. Look at them sciencing together.
Taiju did get NTR'd on both sides. So,
exactly. Exactly! You got friendship NTR.
Maybe he'll be Secretary of State.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, Taiju would have to have like a role that befits his.
Oh, so Taiju would be Supreme Judge.
No, I feel like Taiju would be like Senku's bodyguard.
Or head of the military, one of the two.
Yeah.
Something to do with physical.
Punch shit really hard. But yeah, I mean, I guess here's what I want to talk about. Will this work? What they're doing at the end of the chapter, is it going to work? Because part of me wants the author to be like, sorry, bitch, comatose, you can't fucking heal comatose with batshit water.
Well, I mean,
maybe the stone
Right. It would be
stone
this.
properties make. I feel like it could work because the stone stuff kind of
Right. It showed how the bird came back to life when he did it originally. Yeah.
yeah. So I feel like the stone it kind of like shaped like so if you had like a very chronic disease. For like the stone and like the years passing it, maybe like you're because technically they're not dead; they're just in like a state of
Stasis.
stasis. So I mean, maybe while you're in stone form, petrification, it kind of halts. I don't know about healing, but maybe it halts the negative effects, and maybe it can heal itself because the human body is amazing.
Yeah. It is.
Evolution,
You right.
and we have many decades. I think decades,
But
right?
I don't
Decades,
think
centuries.
I don't think they're evolving when they're in. Oh, because evolution requires the passing on of genes through offspring, right? So like evolution is like a mutation here and there that will be passed on through a bunch of like banging and offspring that takes hundreds of thousands of years. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, maybe the word would be adaptable. I think evolution was the wrong choice
Okay,
of
so
word there.
here's my thoughts on this, right? So my issue is I always took this stone petrification thing as like you said, it kind of holds them in stasis. So yes, I do believe she will be returned to the former state that she was in, which was comatose. But the problem with that is once I think like if I was going completely realistically on this, I can see her coming back to life in terms of her biological functions would be working, but I don't see it healing her brain because the problem was she was brain dead. And you know what I mean? So like the only way it could do that is because the thing is we still don't know what caused this whole stone explosion thing. That's actually one of the mysteries of this series that I'm very excited to find out. We don't know what caused it. Now, if it's like some extraterrestrial alien shit, then yes, I could see it potentially like bringing her back because then they could explain it through like, oh, it was some otherworldly shit that did this. That makes sense. But from what I've seen and from what I expected, it seems to put them in stasis, but I don't, because the brain is a lot more complex than just your body, right? So like if you're brain dead, no technology known to us can bring you back from that. Brain dead means that like just like the certain, to my knowledge anyway, the certain like synapses and connections in your brain just aren't there anymore. They're dead, right? And there's no way to modern science in our day that can bring that back. So yes, it would have to be something that the stone shit did, and that will be interesting to see for sure.
I wouldn't mind it if you brought back to life. To be honest,
I wouldn't mind it either. I wouldn't be bothered by it because I feel like they would explain it well.
It makes sense because I mean, if the stone has special properties, then I wouldn't. It would make sense. But I mean,
It could be explained.
it all depends on where the author wants to take it, of how strong or how much the stone actually can help humans. Because I mean, like I said, we don't really know. It's been centuries, maybe like the fucking stone made her brain work again. You never know. You never know. It's been a long time, so it's just a lot of stuff that we still don't know about the stone itself. Because, like you said, it can be some alien shit and stuff,
Yeah.
So I mean, the possibly be. You never know. Maybe the person who fucking did this so like humans could get special powers in the decades.
You just want it to be a shonen so bad.
I mean, it's very kiddie, like, hey, I want humans to have superpowers, so I'm just going to turn the whole world into stone, and then in like the next century, we're going to be awakened with like all these superpowers. It's going to be great.
It could be a metaphor for cocoons if you think about it.
Oh yeah.
But that's a good like that would actually go towards your theory because cocoons, a caterpillar goes in and comes out a better creature. It has wings and it's more beautiful.
Yeah. So it could be like the cocoon theory or whatever. But I mean, I don't know. I'm just talking out of my ass.
Well, I personally wouldn't want powers to come into play because I think that what makes this series so special is that they do shit with science.
I was just talking about like in real life situation, like that's what, like some idiot would probably want to do. Although I wouldn't think this would be a good idea to do that because there's no. But I'm just saying, I'm not talking about in the manga itself. I'm just saying, like in general, that's what some people might, be thinking. But in this case, the same could apply here. Maybe like a scientist wanted to see if diseases could be, like removed through like
cocoon type stuff, but who knows? It really depends. It's just a
Right,
theory.
yeah, and luckily, since this series is very based in science, I feel like stuff will be explained well, and I'm excited to see all that shit for sure. So yeah, I mean, I'm interested, and I really want to know where the series is going to go from here. Like, like if Tsukasa isn't evil anymore, like where do we go from here? Do we have other enemies, or do we just rebuild society? I want this series to last a long time because I'd be very sad if it was like over soon. Like, 'cause it's very good. So, do you have any thoughts on where it could go from here?
I mean, there's no interview saying that the author is ending it on his arc. I promise Neverland. So, who knows? We'll see.
Oh, the hype though. I love it. And with that,
At
peace.